Well, hello everyone. It's Susie, Crypto Granny from Esoteric Trading Solutions. I hope you're all well, looking after your life, being kind to yourself, being kind to your family, being kind to your friends, your best friends, being kind to your beautiful putty cats, your beautiful animals, whatever animal you have, whether it's a dog or whether it's a guinea pig, and just being kind to people in this world just to make this a better place. So I thought I'd just introduce you again to my patron. And my patron is not very expensive for the quality of the information you get, for the quality of the trading information you get, for the quality of the investment information you get. I also do crypto reviews. I also do portfolio allocations. I looked at crypto sectors. I look at all the different markets. I do a lot. I post one video or one podcast every day. And Crypto Granny for $10 a month talks about all the markets, cryptocurrency particularly. It'll specifically look at cryptocurrency markets, trading ideas, what's performing in terms of coins, what's not performing, what sectors are performing. It'll also look at investment coins, what you should be looking at in terms of investments and why. We'll look at markets, equity markets, financial markets, all other financial markets, bond markets, interest rate markets and the like. Crypto Granny talks exclusively every day, and it's only $10 a month, and it's a great story. Granny knows best. Crypto Granny, $10 a month for that, including GST, which is 10% in Australia, a lot cheaper than anywhere else. On the $20 one, which is a month, you also get excellent YouTubes, which don't go on YouTube, and those can be about anything, okay? They can be all sorts of things. I'll look into different types of coins. You can ask me questions on anything. You can get Patreon on, you get podcasts every day, as I said, and you get lots of other things. On the $35 a month, you get crypto reviews on every type of crypto. I do at least probably about 3 crypto reviews every week, and that's really cheap. And as you know, I've been very bullish VeChain for some time. I've been very bullish Ontology for some time. These are all my investment portfolio. Ontology, I like, what is it? Not VeChain, Amorosis. I really like, Nexus. I really like Engine Coin, all sorts of things. Now, I've done reviews on all those, and they'll be in $35 a month and higher. With the $45 a month, you will get access to, we used to use Slack, which is a database for all cryptos. You will get access to Zoho, which is updated every day. It's a great story. You get lots of things. Plus, you get also you get a course on Udemy, which we were selling for $190. So that's for just $45 a month. Okay. Now I've done lots of different posts. Okay, I do posts every day, right? But if you wanted to become even a more serious investor of cryptocurrency, right, you'd go to the $100 a month, where I call you once a week. And we have a follow-up every week, in terms of trading portfolios, the lot. We do lots of trading in terms of cryptocurrency markets, as well as all other markets as well, even equity markets, okay? So this is really, really good value, and you're not going to get better than this. I do have a podcast on there that you can listen to. It's a really great one, and it covers a lot within about 13 minutes. So there's so much stuff you're not getting when you just look at my YouTube alone. I mean, my YouTube, I'm going to probably, do one YouTube every 2 weeks or something, okay? So this is a very low cost. I'm asking you to support me just to keep me going, because obviously I have to make a living. I've been doing this for a long time. And, I haven't done, I've been living on next to nothing like all of you. But I would say for the quality of my work, $10 a month is not a lot of money, okay? So Susie/Crypto Granny from Esoteric Trading Solutions, please do support me, and you'll get to hear some fantastic posts. You can look in here and you can see exactly what I've done, and you guys are missing out on all this great information that's going to help you make money, okay? We're going to some dire straits at the moment, and this information, as you can see, is going to help you make money, okay? And that's a fact, right? So, for $10 a month, which is less than a cup of coffee a week, I'd really like to see you to support me. So today I'm going to look at Ripple. I haven't looked at it for a couple of weeks, and I just want to, take us back to what the story is with Ripple again. I go to Crunchbase. I don't pay for this, but it's very, very expensive. But I like to look just occasionally at what Crunchbase has got, just in terms of what they allow you to have access to, okay? And when I used to look at this ages ago, it used to be basically a number of employees was less than 500. Now Crunchbase has got it over at 501 to 1,000. We've still got the same players, the founders, Arthur Brito, Chris Larson, and Ryan Fulger. I still like to watch this. I like to keep an eye on this to see if anything's changed at all. If you read their notation here, it says that Ripple provides one frictionless experience to send money globally using the power of blockchain. So obviously the main position is, yes, we can cash settle any foreign currency globally, and we can do it within 3 seconds, okay? We are decentralized because we have more than 1,000 nodes, more decentralized than, say, a Neo, say, an EOS, say, a Stellar, which only has about 60 nodes, okay? And everyone calls XRP, Ripple's technology, centralized. It is not, okay? The technology itself is not centralized. Also, they call it centralized because of the 55 million in escrow. That is not centralized either. It's in escrow, right? Where it only gets released a billion a month. And if that billion a month doesn't get sold, it goes back to escrow. Now, even Ripple have said they're not doing that every month anymore, okay? Because of the volume coming out, and a lot of XRP holders don't understand it, right? Now, according to Crunchbase, there's been 14 number of funding rounds for a total of 348.8 million, okay? And those funding rounds, the last one was last year around $60 odd with Tetron Financial Group for 200 million, and they pretty much took the lot, okay? Then there was an early one, you know, in May, and an earlier one in 2016, which SBI Investments was behind that. And then if we go further, Santander was behind the 2015 IDG, excuse me, it was behind the 2015, and Core Capital Innovation Capital was behind the early one in 2013. Okay, now all these guys are professional investors, okay? They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about, okay? Now, I know there's a story out there by other peers in the cryptocurrency YouTube space that are saying XRP's stock is $28. That's not correct. XRP issued stock into the professional unlisted market in December of last year, and it was around $60, right? XRP Ripple is more expensive than than a Uber that issued stock this year at about $45. So the thing is, when you buy stock with this organization that's saying XRP is only at $28, it's not correct. You're actually buying in an SPV, okay? And an SPV is a special share purchase vehicle where they make up the market, okay? They're not on the exchange. This organization makes up the market that you're investing in, and that's a bit dangerous, okay? So you need to know what you're investing in. XRP shares are not $28. These people make up the market, and there are restrictions for when you can get into the fund, and particularly when you can get out. The restrictions of getting in are a lot easier than the restrictions of getting out when you want to get out, often with a special purpose vehicle, which is how this operates. When the markets collapse, you can't actually get out of the fund, okay? Really dangerous. And the only way you can get out of it is according to where they see the share price of Ripple, which may not have any, you know, it's just not reasonable to suspect that Ripple is going to trade under an Uber, right? When Uber went to IPO, it was around $45, right? Ripple's a much better story than Uber, right? So these people decide where they see the market, and it's not transparent, and you may not be able to get your money out. So investor, please be aware of this stuff. There are other stories out there talking about that. But honestly, you're just going to get yourself in a lot of trouble because you don't know what you're investing in. And it's very dangerous for people to say invest in this stuff when they don't know what they're talking about. And it's not a good story, right? So if we go here, the number of lead investors is 5. And we know it's SBI, Route 66, and a few others. And there's been 37 different investors in Ripple, which is a great story, okay? If I want to get more information, I have to obviously subscribe to Crunchbase, which I don't want to because I've got a lot of subscriptions and it costs me a lot of money. It says here that Ripple uses 37 different technologies, including HTML5, Google Analytics and jQuery language. They also actively use another 106 technologies, okay? And it's all different types of technologies, right? What I find the most interesting is there's a web statistic here, monthly visits, which is 334,739 visits a month, which is a lot, okay? And most of it comes out of the US, but surprisingly, a lot of it comes out of UK and a lot of it comes out of India. Okay, now India, as you know, 1.2 billion people in the world. And, you know, their monthly visits are growing all the time. You know, the Ripple is in India. And I tell you what, with a population of 1.2 billion, and they're the largest remittance country in the world, sending money back to India from wherever the Indians work all over the world. This is an amazing story, I've got to say. So keep an eye on these stats because it tells you a lot about the business of Ripple and XRP and where it's going. Now, as you know, XRP is way too cheap. I have a valuation, which I will be putting on Patreon if you want to get access to that valuation. I do have a course on Udemy, full valuation course on Ripple and how to set up a valuation model. It's got something like about 82 lectures and spreadsheets and everything else. And it's on there for about 160 euro. But the thing is, with Patreon, if you join my Patreon for $45 and more, I'm going to start putting on in detail some of these valuations. Okay, I just haven't had time, but I will do that. And, you know, that will really tell you that XRP is very cheap. Now, interesting enough, the chain was traveling around 0.002, and I thought that was extremely cheap 3 or 4 years ago. There are other coins that are trading at very cheap rates, you know, like the key. Self-identification, right? The key is at around 0.002 something or other. I believe that is an opportunity of a lifetime as well. Okay, just like VeChain was, just like XRP is. XRP down at this level is an opportunity of a lifetime. You just have to keep the big picture in mind. And sometimes it does take a while. You know, like VeChain took a long time to go from 0.003 to nearly 2 cents, okay? So, you know, you have to be patient. But when we see stats like this, the amount of Indians that are coming to Ripple's website, 71.3% up in a month, that really tells you something's going on, right? Ripple and XRP particularly will move and it will go up. You just have to keep the faith and you just have to be patient. And when it moves, it will move very quickly. Like we saw Chainlink a year and a half ago at 35 cents. You know, now we're seeing it at $8.60. And I bought it at $2.50 for my investment portfolio, which my clients got to see, right? So again, you just got to stay with it, okay? Now, according to Crunchbase, Ripple's intellectual property includes 7 registered patents in electronic communication technique and another 31 trademarks, with the most popular class being insurance and financial affairs. And I can't see any more than that if I pay. But, you know, they're in the big industry of finance and insurance, which is mega, okay? And as I said before, there's a $250 trillion settlement problem, which Ripple's technology actually fixes. If it's $250 trillion settlement problem, the more clients they get, then, you know, 100 billion coin is nothing in terms of supply, right? It's just, you know, a matter of time, right? If we look at Ripple's employees, you know, they're showing high interest in computer viruses, compensation, enterprise data management. That doesn't surprise me. According to this Aberdeen, Ripple predicted to spend 1.5 million on IT, and they look at it very, very seriously. According to this post-money valuation data by Priveco, they put Ripple at about in a range of 10 billion or more in terms of their valuation. Now, I believe their valuation is a lot higher than that, okay? Much higher. And I will be putting more stuff on Patreon if you become a member from $45 upward to how I believe that valuation is a lot higher than that. Okay, so if we go forward and look at this, we also find 12 investments, excuse me, that Ripple have invested in the most recent May 6, 2020. So we know that they've invested in MoneyGram, and we know more money went into MoneyGram. They also invested in Coil, 265 million, 4 million, 2.8, MoneyGram 30 mil. So MoneyGram 30 million, 20 mil, and 16.6. They went into Send Friends, Securitize, and decentralized exchange. Okay, so I don't know whether it's going to show us more there. No, it didn't. So they've invested in a lot of things. Okay, that's a fact, right? So if we go down here very quickly, you know, we've got to see who their important members are, and the most important members are still there. When we look at the board members, the advisors, they're amazing. This Susan Atherby I mentioned before is absolutely amazing. Donald Donahue worked for the Fed, amazing. This fellow, Michael S. Barr, amazing, right? So do a lot of events, right? And when you look at the news stories, we'll go very quickly through the news stories. I think this is great. You know, we've got Banco Santander, and this is up to the 10th of July, but I will cover some other stuff within Slack. Plans to expand Ripple's payment network. Okay, and it's all in the region of, you know, South America. And South America is a big, big place, okay? Ripple XRP is 57,000 times more environmentally friendly than Bitcoin and Ethereum, because those two still use proof of work, and it uses up so much electricity to mine the transactions and to mine the coin. Big Quant talks to Ripple. Again, you know, we know that Ripple and XRP corridor to India is expanding, even though the regulators are trying to kill digital innovation, okay? You know, Ripple's executives, Indian lawmakers killing digital innovation, right? But this will change. XRP is likely as an unregistered security. We know that story. It keeps coming up. We get a bit sick of that. And then there's another story I want to bring up too. Cryptocurrency cloud startup that raised 80 million from SBL Visa and joins RippleNet, okay? Now, I've got an article on that, and I want to bring that up as well, and that's a really, really important one, okay? Because it's something to do with the Dutch bank, okay? So if we go and see any more of this, let's just have a quick squeeze here. Is any more news stories? And I like this because it actually gives you like a heap of news stories, right? Let's go down. So basically, and it saves me looking in my thing, you know, again, they're saying that the US is slow to regulate blockchain, and we know that. Former CEO Chris Light claims US has to keep up with digital currency arms race. That's true. When we talk about China looking at their own digital currency, and Japan are now talking about it, okay? China also, if you heard my podcast today from Patreon, they're actually testing it with 435 million users with a company, I forget the company's name, but it's actually backed by Tennyson. And they have billions of transactions a day. So they're already testing their own one digital currency, okay? Now, you know, Union Bank collaborates with Ripple Partner to offer remittance services to the bank, okay? Again, Ripple just gets bigger and bigger, and we know the expansion in Asia, SBI, you know, the online demand gets bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? Keeps going and going. This regulatory framework in India is the huge market for Ripple, you know, 1.2 billion people. It's a huge, huge market, okay? We know that that'd pay Bito, which adds Ripple to their exchange. Ripple getting bigger and bigger, okay? Ripple launches Pay ID, allows its users to send digital payments across different platforms. There's some open payment system. Again, new crypto framework suggested for India. You know, there's a big story about India, okay? Ripple signs first bank customer for RippleNet Cloud, right? Brazil Banco Rendimento becomes first bank to operate RippleNet in the cloud. Great story. I mean, there's so many great stories with Ripple and XRP. It is just beyond me why it doesn't go up, right? But it will, okay? Now have faith. Now, there's something I want to bring to your attention, and I believe this is really big, right? And it, you know, it got posted around the 15th of 7th. Ripple's new partner, Currency Cloud, granted license to keep operating across the European Union after Brexit negotiations, right? Now, what's important about this one is Ripple's new partner, Currency Cloud, has received a license from the Dutch Central Bank to store its customers' funds and conduct payments on their behalf, right? Now, the Dutch Central Bank is a fairly strong central bank in Europe The Dutch, don't forget, have 16 million people in their populace, okay? And, you know, for the fact that the Dutch central bank has allowed this company, which is Ripple's partner, to make payments and conduct payments on behalf of their customers is a big story, okay? You know, the bank itself, the Dutch central bank, is so strict, literally is so strict. So the e-money license granted to Ripple's partner by the Central Bank of the Netherlands will allow payment platform to continue working across the EU, regardless of how Brexit may change the remittance market in Europe after the current negotiation official to the UK and the European Union. Now, this is huge, okay? Because, again, the Dutch central bank now doesn't want English people eventually going forward to work in Holland if they don't speak the Netherlands, I should say, if they don't speak the Netherlanders taal or the Netherlanders language, and I'm learning the Netherlanders taal or language, because if they don't speak Dutch and they just keep remitting money back to the UK and they don't pay taxes in the Netherlands, then the Dutch bank, the Dutch economy is not getting anything, okay, clearly. So there's going to be a whole different twist to that and a whole different twist to remittance and everything, okay? Now, the bottom line is Ripple's technology can make the remittance very quick within 3 seconds. But the fact that the Dutch central bank has offered, you know, a license to Ripple's partner, to me, it's just been completely missed by the market and completely missed in the pricing of XRP. I mean, this is big, right? It's effectively saying a central bank has given a license to Ripple slash by its partner, okay? And that's a big story. In other words, the central bank is using Ripple's technology and potentially even XRP, okay? And it's expanding its presence in Europe with its other partner, Nuam partners with Visa in Europe, okay? So, you know, these things are just, you know, unbelievable stories, and they just don't seem to be in the pricing of the coin, which is unfortunate, okay? So, and it should be. So the thing is, you know, Ripple is an amazing story. So XRP, I should say, is an amazing, amazing story, okay? And, you know, we will be patient because it will get, you know, the price will go up eventually. On-demand liquidity is increasing in Brazil, increasing everywhere globally. They're putting on more and more clients, and we know that they have more and more clients than 300 mil because they're a network of clients. Millions and millions of clients, okay? Millions, right? And that's what we're seeing. Ripple has millions of clients, and they've launched Pay ID. We know Western Union is looking to take over MoneyMark. We haven't seen MoneyGram. We haven't seen anything on that at the moment. But, you know, it's just a terrific story, okay? And you just need to be patient, all right? You need to be patient. That's a fact. You know, it hasn't performed very well. We know that. But patience, you know, will get us there, you know, in the scheme of things. So if we just quickly look from, say, June the 5th to now on my Slack, or now we're putting it into Zoho, and if you get a Patreon of $45 a month, you're going to get access to all this information as well as more. We know that, you know, Ripple's bigger into the Islamic banking world, and the Islamic banking world is very wealthy and very big. And, you know, XRP will have nowhere to go but up, basically. Don't listen to the people out there that don't know about SWIFT settlement, the old SWIFT 1973 legacy settlement clunky system. Ripple has offices launched all over Brazil and the world, okay? It knows what it's doing. There's some Saudi Arabian monetary authority, you know, pledge as well, and partnership and client. And look, it's a great story, okay? So just have faith. And there's something else I want to mention too. Back in June, we had SBI Holding launched Japan's first cryptocurrency fund. And this cryptocurrency fund is going to consist of 50% XRP, 30% of BTC, and 20% of Ethereum, okay? So today, it was also mentioned on Crypto Fund Intelligence, basically that this is what's happening. And so now the Japanese, the SBI are actually out there saying to their retail clients to get involved in this alternative investment, as they called, and in terms of this fund, which they'll show to all their clients in Japan, and obviously all their clients, whether it be international or global. And it's going to be done, obviously, through the SBI Crypto Asset Fund, to be investment custody with SBI VC Trade. They've got Morningstar involved, and then they'll show it through their SBI Securities and through their Money Plaza. Now, this is a really good story because, you know, it's going to add more utility to XRP as time goes on. And don't forget, literally 80% of banks in Japan are very familiar with Ripple and XRP, okay? So, you know, this cryptocurrency is going to be very interesting because Japan operates one of the tightest legal frameworks in the world in terms of cryptocurrency assets. So it will be very interesting to see where that goes and exactly what happens there. Also, just another quick story here which I want to bring to your attention, again in Crypto News Flash by a fellow called Renato on July the 16th. It's saying there was a survey done on Twitter between the most undervalued assets that people thought by Fiat Leap, and he asked people what they thought was the most undervalued assets. Most people thought XRP and VeChain out of literally over 5,000 people, which is interesting. And there's been some type between VeChain and Ripple, but we'll just have to see where all that goes. But look, either way, it's a very good story. Be kind to yourself, be kind to all your family and your friends, be kind to your footy cats, and be kind just to people in the world, just to make this a better place. And please do support me on Patreon. It is a great story. It's not expensive. And, you know, I've done a lot of content on Patreon, and it's some of the best you'll ever see out there, okay? And that's a fact. All right, guys, thank you very much for listening. And I look very much to speaking to you another time. Thank you.